Tonight, relative quiet in the Rose City as the largest protest group isn't marching. Welcome to Coin 6 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Dan Tilken in for Jeff tonight. Rose City Justice decided to take a night off, but not everyone got the message. Some people still showed up. Our Jenny Young has been on the ground covering the protests going on 4 weeks now. So Jenny, are supporters concerned the movement is losing steam?
We're not hearing anything about that, Dan. We're down here in front of the Justice Center where there's a crowd of about 100 to 150. Kind of the same feel from last night. It's an upbeat vibe. They've had music playing. But as you know, this is the group that typically doesn't like when the press gets in up closer than we are, so we have to stay back. But the group from Southeast Portland, Rose City Justice, were told that they were having some administrative issues that they're working out, and no official word if they're going to pick those marches back up tomorrow.
I had a very close friend who he would like to say the N-word and call people the N-word around me.
Dahlia McKay is a middle school student in Sandy who says she's been the victim of racism.
Called me slave a couple times, and which I didn't think was okay at all, but I never truly voiced it until I got tired of it and just told him that it was not okay and that he needed to stop.
We met Dahlia and her mother outside Revolution Hall, where for several weeks, hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people meet to march in solidarity with the racial justice movement taking place across America.
I'm proud, just proud of the people that are brave enough to come out here.
She was hoping to join a march tonight. However, late this afternoon, the organization in charge of the protest announced there would be no march.
I was kind of disappointed.
Dahlia wasn't the only middle school protester who missed out.
I was just surprised that no one was here.
Portland student Sophie Yarish and her mother, who told us they've joined the group a few nights each week, didn't expect to see a nearly empty pavilion and field. We took the opportunity to talk to Sophie about what the movement means to her and why she thinks it's important for her generation.
I feel that everyone should be equal and that the police are really disproportionately affecting people of color in a negative way. And I think that that needs to change, and that we're the generation that needs to change it because it will mostly affect us. I think that everyone should be educated, no matter how old they are, that it's important for everyone to know what's going on. Then they can try to change it.
So Rose City Justice has told us that behind all the marching, the chants, and the signs, they have been writing policy. We are hoping to talk to them about that at some point. And I did talk to a gentleman here last night while we were walking around live streaming who said he came out to talk to people, telling them to register to vote. He says your voice really isn't heard unless it's on paper. Reporting live tonight, Jenny Young, Coin 6 News.
Of course, we'll go back to Jenny if need be. Thank you, Jenny.